Jai Hind everyone, I am Prabhat Kumar and I welcome you all to PYQ Academy. So in today's video, I will be discussing the Polity Revision Part 2 video. So before that, there is one important information that UPSC has released the admit card of the CAPF examination 2022. So all those who have filled the application, you can go directly to the website and download the admit card. You can also get the link of the admit card in description. Okay, now another information, I'm really sorry for not making videos for the last, I think, more than 15 days. It was just because my laptop was not working and it took me some time to repair it, since I'm not financially stable, so it took me some time, but now all it is okay. So without wasting time, let me provide you the polity revision. So in this video I will be covering one of the most important topics from which the questions of polity comes. Most number of questions are coming from all these topics, that is parliament and state legislature, then president and vice president, emergency amendments, okay, and also dealing with some constitutional bodies. The question in this lecture will be from all the exams of UPSC in the last 1 year, that means from CDS, CAPF, NDA, and as well as civil services. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start our discussion. So let me take my pen first. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. So in the first question, which one of the following is the largest state in terms of seats in Rajya Sabha? Okay. So you can get the chart in the Lakshmikant of the number of distribution of the seats, how seats are distributed, but you must have read the concept that the seats in Rajya Sabha as well as in Lok Sabha are distributed on the basis of the population, not on the basis of the area of the state, but on the basis of the population. So now you can guess that the state which will be having the larger population will get the largest share of the seat. So among all these, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan and Karnataka, Bihar is having the largest population, and according to that logic we can reach to our correct answer. So answer here is Bihar. You can see in the list. So Andhra Pradesh is having 11 seats in Rajya Sabha, then Bihar is having 16, then Karnataka is having 12, and Rajasthan is having 10. Don't confuse that Rajasthan is having a large area, it is a largest state, but not as much, but not in case of number of seats. Okay, which all others are having more seats. So you know that UP has the largest population. So UP is 31 seats, then West Bengal is having 16 seats, and Tamil Nadu is having 18 seats. Okay, so now come to next question. Which one of the following statements are correct? Speaker may permit any member to address the House in his or her mother tongue if he or she cannot adequately express in either Hindi or English. So yes, this is true. You can see here the Constitution has declared Hindi and English to be the language for transaction business in Parliament. The presiding officer can permit member to address the House in his mother tongue. Okay, so this is true. Now business of the parliamentary committee is transaction either in Hindi or English. This is also true. The minutes of parliamentary committees are prepared invariably in Hindi or English. So this statement seems to be true, but here is one catch, that it is prepared in Hindi and English. Okay, so if you go word by word, so this statement will be wrong. So the answer here is option B, 1 and 2 only. Okay, next question. Which of the following statements regarding constitutional amendment are correct? The procedure for amendment to the constitution is provided in article 368. Yes, this is definitely true. You can see here. Okay, then a bill to amend the constitution can be introduced either house of the parliament. Yes, it can be introduced only in parliament and not in the state legislature. Okay, the special procedure in article 368 vests constituent powers upon the ordinary legislation. No, not ordinary legislation, it is a special power. Okay, so in that way this statement will be wrong. So our answer is option D, 1 and 2 only. Next, which one of the following is not a circumstance for proclamation of emergency by the President of India under Article 352 of the Constitution? Okay, remember that whenever the word proclamation will be used, it is being used for Article 352. That means for national emergency, and there are a few conditions in which few eligibility criteria for declaring emergency, and that is if there is a war, or there is a external aggression, or armed rebellion. So yes, war, external aggression and armed rebellion. Okay, now coming to internal disturbance. So yes, it was a part originally in original constitution. Internal disturbance was there, but it was removed by 44th. It was substituted with armed rebellion by the 44th Amendment Act of 1978. Okay, because the word internal disturbance was having a very wide domain. Okay, so answer here is option C. Next, which one of the following statements about Public Accounts Committee is correct? So the committee consists of not more than 15 members from Lok Sabha and 10 members from Rajya Sabha. So you can see here there are only 22 members, in which 15 are from Rajya Sabha and 7 are from Lok Sabha. So this is wrong. Okay, the finance minister is an ex officio member of the committee, although it seems true, but the main eligibility is that a minister cannot be elected as a member of this committee. So how can a finance minister become an ex officio member? Because ministers are debarred from this committee. So this is also wrong. A member of the committee is given a term for 1 year. So yes, this is true, the term of office of member is 1 year. So this is correct statement. And the term of the office of the member of committee from Rajya Sabha is extended even when they retire from the Rajya Sabha. No, when they retire they lose their membership and some other member will replace him or her. So in this question the correct answer is option C. Next, who among the following fixes the date of election of Speaker of the Lok Sabha? So this is a very easy question. The answer is the President of India. Okay, and the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, no, because you can just take a guess that because the election of Speaker is the first thing when a new Lok Sabha is elected. After that there will be Prime Minister, and Prime Minister he will choose different minister. So there is no case of the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs. Then Secretary General of Lok Sabha and Deputy Speaker's election is after the election of Speaker. So this is also wrong. And the Secretary General of Lok Sabha, this is also wrong. The answer is option A. Next, the Electoral College for electing the President of India does not include which of the following? So all elected members of Rajya Sabha, yes. All elected members of Legislative Assembly, yes. All members of Legislative Council, no. Since all the states is not having Legislative Council, so in the Electoral College of election of President, Legislative Council is not added. So you can see here the elected members of both House of Parliament, the elected member of Legislative Assembly of States, and of all those union territories, that is Delhi and Puducherry currently. Okay, although in future J&K will also be added, but right now only Delhi and Puducherry. So here the answer will be option A, 1 and 2 only. Next, which one of the following powers has not been conferred on the President of India? Okay, so appointment of Prime Minister, yes, he appoints Prime Minister as well as other ministers on the recommendation of Prime Minister. To decide at his or her discretion any question regarding disqualification of a member of parliament? No. First of all, you must know that uh, the president is having no discretionary power, although he has some situational discretion, but in constitution he is not having any direct discretion power. Okay, so he decides on the question as to disqualification of members of parliament in consultation with the election commission. Okay, so this statement is wrong. Again, to grant pardon to a person who has been punished by a court martial, yes, he can grant pardon. To remove a judge of high court, yes, he can remove a judge of high court if he is he has if a motion has been passed in the parliament. So the wrong option here is option B, so it will be the answer. Next, which one of the following statements about the Attorney General of India is not correct? So you must know all the features of this office of Attorney General of India, because a number of times question has been asked. So he has the right of audience only in the Supreme Court of India? No, he has the right in all the courts. Okay, he shall receive such remuneration as the president may determine. Yes, he shall be qualified to be appointed as a judge of Supreme Court. And yes, he shall give advice to the government of India on all legal matters. Yes, so the answer here should be this statement is wrong. So yes, he can be the audience. He has the right to be the audience of any of the court in India, whether it is Supreme Court, High Court, or any of the lower courts. Next, the election of lower house of the parliament held in 2019 was of 17th Lok Sabha. So this is a factual question, you should remember. Who among the following had the shortest span in office as a Prime Minister of India? Again, a very factual question. Okay, but don't worry, this kind of questions are very rare. Okay, so now coming to the options. So Lal Bahadur Shastri, Chaudhary Charan Singh, Chandrasekhar, S.D. Devegowda. So technically, the president who was having the shortest span was Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, but according to this, after Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Chaudhary Charan Singh was our Prime Minister having the shortest span. So answer here is option B. Next, the Parliament of India is primarily based on the model of British Parliament. A very easy question. So you have to remember this chart, all the sources and the what are the features and which constitution is a source. So you can get at least one question from this and you can fetch 2 marks. Okay, which one of the following is not mentioned as a form of emergency in the Constitution of India? So Constitution of India under various articles has provided different forms of emergency. So first is under Article 352, that is national emergency. Then second, it is 356, President's rule over state emergency. And third, it is Article 360, which is financial emergency. So national emergency, yes. State emergency, yes. Financial emergency, yes. There is no case of health emergency. So answer is option D. Next, which one of the following is not a provision related to money bill? So imposition, abolition, remission, alteration, regulation of any tax, yes. Although it's you can get these wordings in the chapter Parliament in the column of money bill. Okay, so don't get confused. Actually, there is a trick to find the correct answer. So you can see here in option C, imposition of fines by local authority by local purpose. Okay, so this is a wrong option, because local authority will deal with that means panchayats and municipalities, and which is not under the control of parliament or state legislature money bill. Okay, so this will be the answer. Okay, otherwise all these options are correct. Next, according to the Constitution of India, which one of the following statements is not correct? The executive powers of union shall be vested in President of India. Yes. Parliament by law can confer functions on authorities other than the President of India. Yes. The President of India is elected by an electoral college consisting of all members of parliament and all members of state legislature. So here is the pick that not all, only elected. So this is the wrong option and answer will be option C. Let's read the last statement. A person having held office as the president shall be eligible for election to that office for second term. So yes, he can be eligible. So again remember the electoral college, all the elected members of both the house, elected members of state legislature as well as elected members of the legislature of UT, Delhi and Puducherry. Okay. Which one of the following articles of the Constitution of India requires the Prime Minister of India to furnish information related to decision of the Council of Ministers to the President of India? This is a very important article. You can see here in Article 78, duties of the Prime Minister in respect to furnishing information to the President. So the Prime Minister is having a duty under Article 78 that he should give all the information of all the meetings which are done at the Council of Ministers level to the President. Okay, so answer here is option A. Next, which one of the following statement is not correct? All executive actions of the Government of India are taken in the name of President of India. Yes, because he is the he or she is the official head or executive head. Okay. The President of India appoints a person as Attorney General of India provided he or she is qualified to be a judge of Supreme Court or a High Court. No, here it is wrong because you have read here that is qualified to be appointed as a judge of judge of Supreme Court of India, not High Court. So this is wrong. Okay, the total number of ministers in the Council of Ministers cannot exceed 10% of total. So actually this statement is also wrong. So you can see here the total number of ministers including the Prime Minister in the Council of Ministers shall not exceed 15%. Okay, actually the 10% limit is only for Delhi, not for House of People, that is not for Lok Sabha. So, and the President of India is bound to act as per the advice tendered by Council of Ministers. Yes, he is bound. So in this question you find that there are two statements wrong. I don't know which will be the correct option given by UPSC. I think they are going to drop this question because those two statements are wrong. Okay. Next, which one of the following statements about Speaker of Lok Sabha is not correct? He shall vacate his office if he ceases to be a member of House of People. Yes, this is true because remember that to become a minister you don't need to be the member of parliament at that time, but to become chairman of the or the presiding officer of the house you need to be the member of that moment. So if anyone ceases to be the member of House of People, so he or she needs to vacate the office. Okay. He may at any time resign by writing his resignation to President. No, he may write his resignation to the Deputy Speaker. Okay, not to the Prime Minister. So this statement is wrong. He may be removed from his office by the resolution of the House of People passed by majority of all the then members of House. Yes. While the office of Speaker is vacant, the duties of the office shall be performed by Deputy Speaker. This is true. So the answer should be option B. Next. Which one of the following statements about a bill for amendment of the Constitution of India is not correct? So it is governed by Article 368. Yes. Joint sitting can be resorted for passing a bill amending Constitution. No. There is no provision for joint sitting. You can see here there is no provision for joint sitting of the two houses for the purpose of deliberation of passing a bill. Okay. The state legislature cannot initiate. This is true. It can be initiated in the either house of the parliament. The previous sanction of the President of India is not required. Yeah, it is not required before presenting a constitutional amendment bill. So this is also true. So answer should be here option B. Next. Which one of the following methods is followed in election of the president? So you can see here the president election is held in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote, and the voting is by secret ballot. So only proportional representation, no. First past the post system only, no. Proportional representation and a single transferable vote, so this is true. So answer is option C. So today we are done with our polity revision part 2. So in coming videos I will be coming with more such videos which will be helpful for you to check your preparation, that whether you are able to solve the questions of UPSC or not. And if you are able to solve all these questions, that means your concept is clear and you can do well in the examination. And if you are not able to solve this question, then go back to Lakshmikant and revise all the concept, and you can also take idea from all these questions, that what you have to read and what you have to leave. Okay, so for today, okay, so let me tell you that today it is I think 16th. Okay, and if you count then 15 days left for 15 days in this month, and let's count another 5 days, that means you are having 20 days. Use these 20 days as much efficiently as it is possible. Okay, because it is going to decide your result, and not only your result, it is going to decide your future. So uh, read as much as you can, revise as much as you can, and in case of paper 2, go for writing. Okay, writing practice is very much important, and not only one essay, one report. Okay, you should at least write 2 to 3 full length papers before going to the examination, so that you will be able to manage the time. Okay, so for any kind of doubt, you can log into you can connect me on different social media platforms. Okay, and you can also join my Telegram channel, where I try to provide you some valuable information related to the examination. So if you like the content, then do share it, so that it reach to all the people who are preparing for this examination. And thank you so much for watching PYQ Academy.